One of the reasons that statistics are so important, as well as body cameras, is because law enforcement nationwide are a bunch of damn liars. You're not going to find an honest cop. It's just not going to happen. When when we look at the numbers for the sheer quantity of black folks who are locked up every year, and then we got them white supremacists who want to go, oh, well, look how those black people are destroying our country. Look how they're destroying our country. They don't do nothing, but community's sick of it. They are sick of it. A lot of other people are sick of it too. But then what do we do when it comes to the homeless? It doesn't apply, does it? Somehow magically it's a different set of rules. You think that black people should have the same rights as white people, but you don't think that homeless people should have the same rights as people in houses. Then there's the fact that on paper, black people have a lot more rights. But without them body cameras, well, police can get away with doing whatever they want. I was over at a guy's house, I want to say 2 days ago, and he was watching all these cop shows. And I was noticing they hardly ever pull out their guns, but when they do, it's a black person. Like, what the hell is that? You don't need an M16 or an AR-15 to pull over a black person. You don't need to point a gun at somebody who may or may not have a warrant just because of the color of their skin. But then let's look at the homeless. The homeless have a much smaller population. Only 500,000 homeless people in 2019, and they accounted for 49% of the people killed by police. Now let's look at hitchhikers. Hitchhikers are killed at a 36-to-1 ratio over the driver that picks them up. Now those numbers are on the small side. If you look at how many homeless people are actually missing, it could be over 80-to-1. That's because somebody without a vehicle is not likely to be able to get rid of a body that easily. When it comes to convincing someone to get into your car, well, if they're hitchhiking, it's a lot more likely. You got someone who's glad to be in your vehicle. So when you got bad intent, this person is weary from walking for miles and miles and miles and miles and probably getting ignored. Homeless people are America's victims. They're the only group that encompasses all human rights. If you're fighting for black rights, you're fighting for special rights. If you're fighting for immigrants' rights, you are fighting for special rights. If you are fighting for women's rights, you are fighting for special rights. But if you are fighting for homeless rights, you are fighting for all of us, regardless of skin color, regardless of nation of origin, regardless of gender or sexual preference or religion. The homeless are literally the only group that you can fight for if you care about equality. If you believe that we are all human beings and we should all be treated like human beings, the only group that you can fight for well, I gotta let you go.